in business, in person-to-person relationships, you first have to deserve somebody's time or somebody's whatever business before you can actually have any kind of desire towards it or feel like, okay, well, I've earned a meeting time with this person or something like that. People don't want to do business with somebody who looks desperate for the sale.
Your view of business when you started up to today, how did that change? Because I know it actually changed.
It did. I think everybody is a bit delusional before they go into business, especially if you don't have a frame of reference, meaning you didn't grow up in close proximity to somebody who owns a business or runs a business, so you don't have that first-hand knowledge of what it's like. And yeah, I did have this delusional view of what it would be like to be a business owner and what success would look like, and I think you very quickly learn that it's nothing like that. I think a lot of it at the beginning is ego, and I think you need that to a certain degree to burn through. Like I do use this analogy of a rocket burning through the atmosphere before it can get to outer space. So it needs to burn through, and then it can. So I think you need that little bit of ego that in the beginning to burn through all the self-doubt and voices from outside. But once you actually get onto the stage and you start building a business and you start working with people, there's really no more space for those flames, right? Then it's a matter of really being self-aware and analyzing where you're at and where your business is at, what your current role is in the ecosystem of the marketplace, and really have keep your feet on the ground, basically. So,
hi, Jasper Basson here. I just wanted to remind you about the Daily Entrepreneur Tips series. It's a business growth series for entrepreneurs and contains financial information and also information to grow you as a person and your business, because we will never grow our business any higher than we grow ourselves. So click on the link below and I will send you daily information to grow you as a person and your business, and it's for 365 days of the year.
To answer your question more directly, my view has changed. I'm not so much exhausting myself with pushing to this great vision that I have, and the vision is great. But I'm more spending my energy on the day-to-day, the reiteration of what needs to happen every day, and I've started forcing myself to try and enjoy that. And it takes a lot of stress off your shoulders, and you're allowed to be more present and connect with people on a better level. And that's where I am now. How can I say, Jasper is a client of ours at Spiral Marketing Solutions, and Jasper, you would know, I go I think over and above to provide service, quality service. And for me, that's just it. I always think of business isn't just business, especially small business. It's not just business, it's very personal. And I always tell my fiance this as well. I want to serve clients so well that those people would want to introduce their wife and children to me, or their husband and children to me, because they feel like I'm really there for them, or our company is really there for them. And that's the heart that I approach it with,
Yeah, so I want to kind of come into your space of and your comments there. So I've met Russell about 3 years ago.
2017.
2017.
Yeah.
But it was like kind of a talk show, and I was one of the guest speakers there, yeah. and somehow just like it just had to happen like that, and we had kind of been matched together with one of the other speakers.
Yeah.
Kind of like a workshop kind of idea, mindstorm kind of thing, and that's actually how we met, and actually better met in that event, and then kind of kept in touch, been on his radio show a few years ago as well after that. And then during somewhere last year, I've always been doing my own social media marketing and my kind of thumbnails that I'm trying to do on Canva and everything. And then beginning of last year, I was like getting into that transition of I was always building a team in Dryk Holdings, but I wanted to start building a team in Lead Optimizers as well, our marketing company. And Russell actually reached out to me and started doing me some favors, and that's something I want to, that's actually where I'm trying to get to, and start doing me some favors in being very generous about showing me what you can do, not trying to just get my business. He was actually reaching out and offering some added value before I actually, being a client.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good, and that's how our relationship actually started. It was just the right person at the right time, the right moment for both sides, because we at Lead Optimizers, we were looking for people to assist us, additional to our work, all the overflow kind of work to do, and that's from our side where Spiral came in, and also obviously from my side to help me build a dream team around me. Further, especially related to Lead Optimizers. So that's pretty much our path kind of went up till today, I think, if that's more or less a quick summary of that. But I think the biggest thing is, and that's something I truly believe in, and I think we need to really dive deep into that today, is how generosity actually creates generosity creates abundance for you. Excuse me. And by being generous can be all kinds of things, but in your case, being generous about showing me what you can do, apart from sending me a kind of a flyer on an inbox and say, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
I think there's a massive difference between the two.
Yeah, and I think it really comes down to it's I think an overused analogy, but I think it's overused because it's so true. And I think it comes down to, if you're courting someone, or if you see a girl or guy that you're interested in and you want to really pursue them, you put your best foot forward and you kind of give them a glimpse into how you will treat them if they were in a relationship with you.
Yes, exactly.
You show them that respect, you show them that thoughtfulness, and then when they acknowledge that, then you can kind of be more intentional about it. And I think that's the same approach. And I think for us, it wasn't that I was actually doing that with the thought of, let me start this courtship and try and land a client. It was just like, I know Jasper, I see what he's doing for everybody else. Let me see what I can do for him as well. And that's what it was. And like you said, I think it was just right time, right place, because I didn't know that you guys were in the process of looking for partners, value-added partners, and it's just good timing. But I think that approach works anyway. You first have to actually give some value and show what you can offer before you can expect anything. A friend of mine had this on his WhatsApp status many years ago, and I always battled with it. And it said, deserve before you desire. And I'm like, I struggle to accept that or to internalize that, because I felt, I'm a Christian, so I was like, oh no, but we don't deserve good things, it's by the grace of God. But that's true in a spiritual sense, but in business, in person-to-person relationships, you first have to deserve somebody's time or somebody's whatever business before you can actually have any kind of desire towards it, or feel like, okay, well, I've earned a meeting time with this person or something like that.
Yeah, I think Gary Vaynerchuk is a guy that he swears a lot, throwing a lot of F-bombs and stuff. But if you go deeper into his message is all about. He wrote a book as well as about jab, right hook, which is basically give, and then you ask for business and not demand business. And I think that's a big lesson for marketing, is to start giving as much value as you can out there on your specific topic, and in exchange the world will provide you an abundance for doing that.
I think on that, the problem with the jab right hook, or not really a problem but the perceived problem, is And Jasper would know this. Jasper also does African Rich Group's accounting books, so Jasper would know this. And I'm proud of my business journey as a young entrepreneur, so I don't necessarily want to hold back. But Jasper would know that as a starting out entrepreneur in those first 5 years, a lot of the time it's kind of break even, right? So you want to, you go like, oh, bullshit, I don't have time to jab, I need to make a sale.
Yes.
But the problem with that is, and this also ties strongly into marketing and the patience that proper marketing requires, is that people don't do business with people who look like they need business. It's the same way, again, with relationships. People don't want to date someone who comes across desperate, because you're like, oh, what's wrong with you? Why has nobody shown interest in you? Why are you so desperate? You know, people don't want to do business with somebody who looks desperate for the sale, because it just doesn't create an atmosphere of trust. Because if you're desperate, you're going to make promises that you can't keep, or that's at least what I'm going to think, prospective client. You're saying everything that you think I want to hear so that you can get the sale, but will you actually be able to fulfill those promises? So patience is a huge part of proper marketing, and that's why there's something called a marketing strategy. Strategy takes time to implement properly, and yeah.